Hello, welcome to Notes Day 10. This is Unit 2, Day 10. Although your notes may say Day 12, it is actually Day 10. Okay, so we are going to get going. Today is solving equations with division. I guess I shouldn't say today. These notes are solving equations with division. Before, we already did solving equations with multiplication, where the inverse operation was division, but now the inverse operation of division is multiplication. So we are going to be multiplying a bunch in this notes. And just like before, we still want to isolate the variable, which means get alone, get the x or whatever letter alone. But this time we're going to be doing it by multiplying because that is the inverse operation because it's going to ask us to solve. So let's look at example 1. Let's use blue. So I have x divided by 2 is equal to 5. This means that some number divided by 2 equals 5. So we want to figure out what that number is. And we do that by doing the inverse operation, which is multiplication. So we want to multiply by 2. Now, mathematically, what is actually happening is we are ending up, this is 2 over 1, right? Because we have an understood 1. So this 2 multiplies by x, so we get 2x. And this 1 multiplies by the bottom 2. So we have 2x divided by 2. And then we simplify this. 2 divided by 2 is 1. So we have 1x, but as we already know, we don't need to write that 1, so it just ends up as x. So instead of writing all of this part, we just know that when you do, instead of writing this part, we know that when you multiply by 2 and divide by 2, those cancel each other out and we end up with the x. And then on the right side, we have 5 times 2, which is 10. So x should be equal to 10. Now we check it out. So 10 divided by 2 should be equal to 5. 10 divided by 2 is in fact 5, so our answer is x equals 10. Ta-da! Okay, so if that was a little bit confusing, let's do it again. I have x divided by, remember this means divided by, 3 equals negative 7. So I need to isolate the variable, which is x, by doing the inverse operation of divided by 3, which is multiplying by 3 on both sides. That effectively cancels out my 3's, and I'm left with x equals negative 7 times 3, which is negative 21. A negative and a positive make a negative when you're multiplying or dividing. And now we check our answer. Negative 21 divided by 3 should equal negative 7. And sure enough, negative 21 divided by 3, 1 negative, 1 positive makes a negative. 21 divided by 3 is in fact 7. So our answer is x equals negative 21. Okay, we're going to try it again. 2 more examples. Number 3, solve. Let's use green. I'm going to draw my line, and I have x divided by negative 2 is equal to 5. So I need to do the inverse operation of division, which is multiplication. What I do to one side, I do the other. Oops, sorry, I forgot my negative. Don't forget your negatives. Negative 2 divided, they cancel out. When we're dividing by negative 2 and then we multiply by negative 2, they cancel out. So I'm left with x is equal to 5 times negative 2. A positive and a negative make a negative when you're multiplying or dividing. 5 times 2 is 10. Negative 10 is our answer. And then we check. So negative 10 divided by negative 2 should be equal to 5. A negative and a negative makes a positive when we're multiplying or dividing. 10 divided by 2 is 5. Therefore, x does in fact equal negative 10. One more, example 4. Let's do purple. Okay, so we have x divided by negative 6 equals negative 8. So inverse operation of division is multiplication. So we multiply both sides by negative 6. And then these cancel each other out. And we are left with x equals negative 8 times a negative 6. Negative and a negative make a positive when we're multiplying or dividing. 8 times 6 is 48. And then we plug it in. So this should be 48 divided by negative 6 equals negative 8. 48 divided by negative 6, a positive and a negative make a negative when multiplying or dividing. 48 divided by 6 is 8. Negative 8 is in fact equal to negative 8, so our check was correct. And we've got x equals 48. And that is the end of Unit 2, Day 10. So go ahead, check out your activity, complete that, and then you will get your half sheet checkout sheet.